Hello everyone, Brad here again. I'm out here today getting ready to build a platform to do some air drying for my lumber. I've got some lumber we'll cut this Saturday, so I'm going to build this platform to stack it on. So I'll go through how I build a air drying platform. So a buddy of mine's let me use his shed here in his pasture because you definitely want to keep the rain off there and direct sunlight. So I think this shed will work great. It's got a very good roof on it. Need to do a little patching on the sides, keep the cattle out, but I'm trading fixing up his shed to let me use it to dry my wood, so it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, we'll get started and start building this thing. All right, so I'm making mine 10 feet long, this platform. I'm using 6x6s here for the bottom runners. And so I'm gonna put 4x4s across these, and I'm gonna space them every 2 feet. So I'm gonna mark a mark to get my center mark at every 2 feet. And you guys tell me in the comments, I see most carpenters, they always make a V mark. I mean, I'm a woodworker, and I don't guess I'm really a carpenter, but I always use a straight line, and I go by where I started the line, which I always know, so I don't know. I just never like to make it a V mark. Put in the comments if you ever make V marks or straight line like I do. All right, so anyway, I got the centers marked, so I want to mark off 1 3/4 inches since the 4x4s are 3.5, so I'm just going to center it up on those marks. And the ones on the end, I'm just going to line up directly right with the end. So it's not perfect spacing, but you know, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to mark 1 3/4 inches right there with my speed square, and then just make me a line here. Got those marks, we'll just repeat the same thing for the other side. Okay, I'm gonna set these 4x4s 12 inches from the center line of the post to the end. So, you know, this is 5.5, so half of that's 2.75. So I need 12 minus 2.75, and that is 9.25, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 9.25. So we'll measure that off, and I'm gonna drill and screw these in. I'm using these GRK 5.5 inch screws, and there's a box of 50 was about $30. That's a little pricey, not too bad, but I'm using screws on this. Most of the time I just use nails, but this right here I may take apart, so I want to go ahead and use screws for these, and these are good for pressure treated. But altogether, the materials for this thing was almost like exactly $200. So 3 4x4 posts, 8 foot long, that I cut in half. And then these are 6x6 by 10 feet. So I got those from Lowe's. It was like, with tax, like $204. So pretty crazy, the prices of this pressure treated lumber. I mean, these posts were $60 a piece, these 6x6s. Anyway, let's drill these, and we'll get putting this thing together. Okay guys, back here this afternoon, got a little dark on me last night, so I stopped filming. But as you can see, I got all these put on here and screwed, spaced just as I was talking about. And yes, it is the next day, but I have the same clothes on. These are my after work clothes, so I only wore them like 4 hours yesterday, so I always wear them twice in a row. Oh, and just donated some blood, so nothing about that. But anyway, on the bottom here, I like to use these 1/2 inch thick stickers just to space it up off this pressure treated and give it a little more airflow than putting it on this 3.5 inch wide board. So we're going to nail those in. And then for my regular stickers, I usually use 1 inch square stickers. You know, you're probably fine with 3/4 inch thick, but I don't think that's wide enough though. So I mean, 3/4 by 1, and the only thing about that is it's just too hard to get them mixed up and put one sideways. So I just make them square. Just makes it simple where you can't mess up. But anyway, I'm just gonna put these in with some nails, and we'll get started doing that. Got my stickers nailed down. I will mention the ones on the end, I just put them about 1/2 inch from the very end, because on the ends I like to put them as far to the end grain as possible. Anyway, I'm going to get this slid in position and we'll level it up. As you can see, I've got the platform in place, and I just added these drainage rocks here where there were low spots, and then I put some pea gravel there too, just to get it leveled up. And it doesn't have to be perfectly level. I mean, you know, if it's fairly close, it's not going to hurt anything. You just want it to be straight across there, and if it slants a little bit, it's not going to really hurt anything. And if you were doing this outside, you'd probably want to take the sod off and put down some drainage rocks onto the dirt, and then you could use that to level it up. Okay, I gave you a quick little video of my oldest son and I slabbing up 2 white oak logs, and we were able to get 12 slabs out of them, and they just about killed us. They weighed about, the worst one I calculated weighed about 300 pounds, and so we had to move those things 3 times basically before we got them stacked up here. But as you can see, I've got my stickers that I talked about, the 1x1 stickers, and you want to keep these in line as best you can. I mean, you know, as long as they're within a sticker width of each other, they're going to be fine. And you can see I've got some weights on here, and some people do put straps. I've got some weights. I got these boards here stacked on here. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.